Right, it's Saturday 14th of March, so it's almost a week after the Hague half marathon on Sunday. So I'm going for a next long training run for the marathon preparation, so we'll see how it goes today. So I want to do at least kind of 25-26 kilometres, and seeing how the conditions are once I get into the dunes further. I might go a few kilometres further, we'll see how the loops are looking that I sometimes use. So I'm in the East Dunes today, Oostduinen, or the Oostduinen Park, near the Hague, and I'm going to head out of the Hague along the coast north of Scheveningen and up towards Wassenaar, or the Wassenaarse, the beach area of Wassenaar, and then carry on up to Katwijk Ann Zee, Katwijk on the sea, and then I'm going to loop just before I get into the town while I'm still on the dunes and come back, and that's where I'm going to see there's a couple of different loops I can do. I'm going to see how they look when I get out of there, because they had quite a lot of rain. It's really dry now, and it's a lovely morning, and because the ambient temperature being about 6-7, I thought, oh, I'll need more clothing today, and it's so warm because the sun's beating down. I've had to just stop and take my long sleeve shirt off and stow my hat, and maybe that will be useful later when it gets cooler and I'm cooler. At the moment it's a lovely midday spring day, it really feels like. So I'll let you know how I'm doing a bit later on in the run, just see how it goes. Loads of people about today, it's kind of nice. There was all the, it's been from some countries dire warnings this week on the coronavirus. I don't think there's panic buying or anything going on here in the Netherlands, and the policies are quite sensible. The PLM closed major schools, or businesses just advised about any gatherings of more than 500 people. So some of the big events have been called off, like the Rotterdam Marathon next month, alongside the London Marathon, of course, which will both going to happen in early April. But the Ooser Marathon in Dorset, end of the month, the one I'm training for at the moment, we've got a notice that's still going ahead at the moment, pending any more restrictions. But it's a small enough event that they aren't concerned over numbers, and if maximum numbers get changed by the authorities, then what they'll do is just split up the marathon and the half marathon into separate events, so there isn't so much mass gathering. Very sensible. They're going to have their people assisting at the various refreshment stations, and registration, wearing gloves. I mean, they're the ones that are potentially going to come into contact with the most people, so you need to protect your volunteers. But yeah, so here I am. It's 6.5 kilometres in, and feeling okay at the moment. Starting to cool down after shedding some of my outer layers, and so a lot of people cycling. This is always a popular cycle and walking route. This goes all the way up to Katwijk. You can carry on beyond Katwijk Ann Zee all the way up to Haarlem, and to the south of us goes straight through Scheveningen, the port, if you like, of the Hague, goes all the way down to the Hook of Holland, and you carry on round the corner and head into Rotterdam from there, if you do so wish. So it's very extensive trails, and this walking trail, the zigzags, it's right alongside the cycling trail at the moment, but it will zigzag. Nice thing is, no cars, none of that traffic, but plenty of people around, so it's not like you're completely on your own and isolated. So we'll just keep going and just enjoy the day, because it's absolutely beautiful. So I've just hit 10k, and we're just coming up on the area called Ganzenhoek, or the Goose's Corner. And it's aptly named because this is one of the smaller ponds or lakes. There's larger ones I'm just going to go past in a moment, and certainly earlier on over the winter, I'm not sure if they'll still be there, there's big gatherings of geese. Just had a swan go right over me, and just an amazing sound, beat of the swan's wings. It kind of takes you by surprise, and you suddenly think, ah, yeah, that's what it is. So almost at the Wassenaarsterslag, the road that leads from Wassenaar down to the beach. So I'll cross over that in a minute, and then I'm going to head on to the stretch up to Katwijk, which is about 4 to 5 kilometres beyond Wassenaarsterslag, so it's probably about 6 kilometres, and then I'll start looping around. So this is the Ganzenhoek area. You can do a big circuit of the lake. I'm going to cut down the edge of it for the moment. And, yeah, again, still amazing. Ridiculously warm because of the sun beating down. So just climbing up from Ganzenhoek, Geese Corner, and heading towards the Wassenaar beach area. You can see coming through the woods is rather nice. It's all the way up the coast here, where these dunes protect the Dutch coast. You get these woodlands every now and again. It's so wide you kind of get deciduous woodlands, and then areas like this of pine, so it's a huge mixture, and yeah, it serves its purpose of being good for nature and also good for the for Holland as well, because it protects the land from the sea, which is particularly important when we're a low-lying country. So just coming away from the other side of the Wassenaarsterslag, so I'm on my way to Katwijk now. So you can see the woodland, the pines are starting to see to the size, and then looking ahead, see the cycle track, and then the trail is just deviating away here. Start to come down to one of the smaller lakes again, and you can see the nature of the dunes just spreading up the coast towards Katwijk. So 13 kilometres in. The next turn I'll have a look at is the what I call the Tankmuur track, which is the trail to the Atlantic Wall. And the Atlantic Wall was built by the German army in the Second World War, all along the coast through the cities. There's whole areas of the Hague that were just cleared. This huge wall was erected to protect them. So they believed there was going to be a big Allied assault at some point in places like this. Of course, it occurred a few years later and much further to the south in France and Normandy and so on. Anyway, so this is what I consider the northern part of the East Dunes and towards Katwijk. So again, still really nice. A little bit wind's picked up because it's a little bit higher here from the sea, but not too bad. It's still pretty warm. Back, still quite warm. The sun's starting to go in, and a bit more of a breeze coming from behind, so it's going to be into my face going back, so it might cool me down, or be a bit cooler as the afternoon wears on. But still pretty busy. You can see lots of walkers, cyclists. Big group of 12 cyclists just went by. So this is Katwijk now for the return trip. So I'm just doing a loop from Katwijk around. From memory it's about 3 kilometres, and then I'll join that trail that's with the cycle route back down to Wassenaar Beach and on to Scheveningen, Hague. Sort of feeling a bit in my knees, but not too bad. It's always get this anyway. I'm wearing a brand new Speedgoat shoes, so it's kind of a bit of a gamble as to whether they were going to be a problem trying to run this far before I'd really broken them in. But modern shoes don't need that much breaking in. But on the other hand, what I found, even with the short runs I've done with them, they've got so much more cushioning, so I hope that would be useful. So I'll see how that goes. Anyway, so it's 17 kilometres, so just on the turn on the way back home. So just coming back into the Hague now. So it's taken just over 4 hours. So I purposely did a slow run. Not that I can go that much quicker, but so that's just coming up to the 32k, approximately 20 miles. So that's my long training run done for this week. I should ideally start to taper now, so gradually reduce my runs, because a marathon, if it goes ahead, is only 2 weeks away. So anyway, here we come to the number 1 tram line. Nice busy junction coming into World Forum. So that's where part of the international law courts exist. The rest are actually out by the dunes, the main offices. And yeah, so that's been quite good. Feel okay. Didn't feel I had to stop. I definitely had to slow down, which is pretty normal for me. Legs aren't getting any younger. I think I'm getting fitter. So there's the there's the 32k up, 20 miles. So that'll mean I'll finish now. All right.